This is someone who's got, on the left, this is a scan which is lighting up, showing where metastatic cancer is present. By being able to sequence the cancer itself, you're able to develop a treatment so that post-treatment you end up, if you can determine what this mutation is that's responsible for the problem, in some cases you can substantially improve someone's health and sometimes cure. And there's the story going around of this child in Wisconsin who had a rare autoimmune deficit, gastrointestinal tract, and it required multiple operations, and has a colostomy here and all sorts of other significant problems. This child underwent a whole genome sequencing. The mutation was found, underwent a bone marrow transplant, and essentially was cured. So the future of genomic medicine is with us now. So Southern California is a really important place for all this to be happening. There's a man whose name is Denny Sanford, and whenever you write out a check to your credit card company and it goes to South Dakota, Denny's got a piece of that action. And Denny, believe it or not, likes golfing in La Jolla. And so he's bought a house in La Jolla, and he's declared that he wants to give away all of his money before he dies, and he is working hard at doing that. So he created two important institutes. The Burnham Research Institute currently exists in La Jolla, and he was able to add some money to that. But more importantly, he created the Sanford Consortium for Regenerative Medicine. And what that is the Stem Cell Institute, which is on in La Jolla itself. And if you can imagine, this is on the Mesa in La Jolla, if you've ever been there. UCSD, La Jolla Institute, Salk Institute, Scripps, and Sanford Burnham are all probably within a half a dozen blocks of each other. So that amount of brain power is sitting right there on the Mesa. So I think that this is the opportunity for this making a huge difference. It's fabulous. And it's one of the reasons that at Rady Children's we're so excited to be part of UCSD, because we want to be on top. So we see an exciting future for genomic research in medicine. One of the things I thought about as I put this together was trying to define some words, and epigenetics is something you're going to be hearing more and more about. And epigenetics is, if you can imagine what's going on with genomic medicine, epigenetics is the study of the things that sit around the genes. So you've got genes, the DNA splicing through a cell. You've got something attached to the DNA, and those things attached to the DNA are called histones, and those histones can actually be affected by a number of things, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But histones can turn genes on and off. And when people argue about nature versus nurture, histones turn things on, turn things off, and that may be the reason that when you smoke or you do something you shouldn't be doing, that you end up having problems afterwards. So there's probably a significant genetic basis for this, and that's what epigenetics is. So what we learned in the genome and epigenetic age is that the greatest challenge is no longer amassing or sequencing data, it's figuring out what to do with it. And one of the wonderful things about Southern California and UCSD is we have a supercomputer. You guys remember Hal from the movie? We got Gordon. So Gordon is hooked up to every hospital and every institute in San Diego, and it's crunching numbers as we speak. We're very involved in national and international databases, and we're currently trying to develop a tissue bank in the hospital. And basically what that means is every piece of tissue that we get from anybody we want to try to store so that we can study. Obviously that lends a lot of legal issues with it. We're currently trying to work through all those, but the possibility of being able to bank your tissues and us knowing what your future is going to be like is substantial. The other thing that we are currently involved with is wireless medicine, and one of my best friends has created, is a CEO of a company where can actually measure things on your iPhone. You're able to look at EKGs, any tracing that's currently available for patients. And Gary and Mary West have created a wireless institute again in La Jolla Mesa to look at trying to figure out how to move this across the board. So I'm going to leave you with my favorite quote. Somewhere something incredible is waiting to be known. And I think we're looking at that happening as we speak. It's a pretty exciting time in medicine. Thanks for having me.